Much waiting.
Let's go.
Get you as close as I can.
I didn't know Aramis Stilton. Who was he?
Loyal to the old Duke. Stilton helped build modern Karnaca with those silver mines. Worked his way up from nothing to a fortified mansion. But the new Duke spends money so fast, the mine crews work all day and all night. The district's in ruins. The dust drives out anyone except the most desperate.
The Duke of Serkonos has made a mess of things. His father was a good man.
True, but the new Duke's misery has only been possible with Dunwall's support. In any case, you'll have to pass through the Dust District. Maybe Stilton's still in there, or maybe he's dead. Once you reach the Dust District, she'll tell you more. I'll wait here with the skiff. Take you back to the dreadful whale after you finish.
Patrol through the Dust District.
Orders from you.
Dust storm coming.
Blinded by that hallucinogenic powder.
Show yourself.
See a grenade?
Shit. Let's hope they do enough damage to each other so the fight goes out of them.
Apollo or vice overseer.
They pushed the miners here too far. I should do something to help them.
The overseers won't just leave the district. And the house can't. Paolo has a price on Byrne's head. And the vice overseer effectively wants the same thing. Another... Hello, Lord Protector. I've been doing reconnaissance, talking to people. The Overseers and the Howlers have divided up the district. Just ahead is neutral territory where no one will harass you. But further on, the Howlers and the Overseers both have boundaries set up. And beyond those points, they'll attack you on sight.
Aramis Stilton is the real goal. Sokolov said you'd worked out a plan.
Yes. I believe that if you take out Paolo or Vice Overseer Byrne, the other one will grant you safe passage, and will help you get inside Stilton's home. Neutralize either one of them, and bring him to the other.
Got anything else?
Byrne is protected by the Overseers. Paolo has the Howlers, but I think he's also got some kind of black magic charm. They say he's got to die twice before the sun sets, or he can't be killed. Good luck with that.
Rest easy, Theodanis. You were a good man.
About dust from the mines falling on the city. Yes, war is expensive. You may not be aware that our silver mines are operating.
The gangs were at each other's throats even when I was young. But now it's against the Abbey.
That's not dust. It's the blood of our enemies.
time.
They never tell me anything.
Hello.
Something's gonna be up.
Kept the Grand Guard out of our homes. But I don't see how you can help the miners.
It's all connected, Tivoli. Once the Abbey's off our backs, I'll make it too expensive for the Duke to run the mines. The workers stop digging, the Duke will see that mines producing at half speed are more profitable than mines producing nothing.
For better working conditions and less dust in the streets, we'd be happy to up our payments.
There's a way to satisfy everybody. First, in this district, then across the city. The people who work the mines have more power than they know.
Thank you, Paolo.
All right, I'm stepping away for a moment. Don't drink all the rum while I'm gone.
Am I going crazy? Jack! Howlers! Over here! I don't want to die! Hello, you've kept the Grand Guard out of our homes. But I don't see how you can help the miners.
It's all connected, Tivoli. Once the Abbey's off our backs, I'll make it too for the Duke to run the mines. The workers stop digging, the Duke will see that mines producing at half speed are more profitable than mines producing nothing.
Better working conditions and less dust in the streets, we'd be happy to up our payments.
There's a way to satisfy everybody. First, in this district, then across the city. The people who work the mines have more power than they know.
Thank you, Paolo.
Granny Rag's hand.
He said hagfish. Maybe she's right. I could clean my teeth with it. Why's it always so dang hot?
Look sharp, she says. Stay awake, she says. Not even sure what I'm supposed to be looking for.
A dead heretic. Oh. With that thug out of action, the Howlers will scatter. What? Where do those rats come from? Are we not brothers?
There's a plaque? The trophy I got for the blade verbena. I left it with my mother.
Am I being presumptuous? Hoping to cross paths with that monstrous assassin.
Please stop!
Anything. You stand accused.
There's only one way to say it's the Abbey. Every man, and these people got to listen. They never do. It drives me mad.
Leave me be. You might have done us a boon, but you don't seem like the Abbey faithful.
See the one coming through the window?
The Howlers are cowards, brother. But we accounted for 6 of them.
Glad it's you in the end. If I have to go, it warms my spirit to spend my last minutes with a true friend.
Not a word from the High Overseer.
You honor me. I wish there was another way.
Dealing with Dunwall. A witch on the throne. Should make a beautiful bonfire. We will burn a bright fire with our virtuous actions, so that others will not lose their way. And to those who choose to wander, beyond the walls of our homes, in far places, we will strike at them swiftly, before they whisper to their neighbors, filling their hearts with strangeness and doubt.
Wasn't running the mines night and day, our children wouldn't be choking themselves to sleep at night on the dust.
It's easy to blame the Duke, but we both depend on the profits from industry. The mines are the lifeblood of this city.
No. The Duke could have continued operations like his father did, fast enough to sustain the city without burying us all in dust.
Good riddance. I'll be damned. Goodbye, Vice Overseer. Paolo wins then.
Can't believe my eyes. Looky, look.
be good to you if it's true about Byrne.
Who's there? Hello? Someone there? Oh. Huh? Oh.
Time to pay off your debt to society, Paolo. I hope 5 years away gives you time to think, while the city rebuilds itself without your little war.
Hello. At first I thought you were one of Paolo's gang, but you don't look so bad up close.
Years ago, the mines were a good job. Stilton made sure of it. No one could find for being
Thank you, friend.
So they say.
If you're brave and you're looking to make some money, there's a back door to the Crone's Hand Saloon leading to the basement.
One side didn't win out over the other. And that's exactly what happened when Stilton disappeared. Alright, here we go.
You take care of business, you hear?
Are you coming tonight?
It's hard here in the Lost. The miners hate to do, but they're lucky to have
Look, Paolo wants the money and
Ask
will
where
be
you work
back
for.
next
I
week.
serve all sides.
Don't disappoint him.
Some wise ass has been robbing black market shops. Hope we find out who. Let's see. I have some upgrade plans for your gear.
Maybe I just won't pay at all. Who's gonna say?
This little war scares off buyers. Who's worse, overseer zealots or cutthroat howlers? This little war is scaring off customers. I shouldn't deal with strangers. We don't meet this week either. Busy outside of Falls for luck.
Abello, are you sure you know what you're doing? I studied field tactics with Brother Cardoza in the peninsula. The pirate crews there resort to these same things. A good way to take a dart to the belly. Well, the Howlers aren't known for their caution. But these aren't too hard to deal with. If you've got a steady hand, and you know what cables to cut, you've got to do it just right. Wait a second. Whoa! What was that?
be?
We're playing dice tonight. You in?
In case you're wondering, Paolo's not one of those unhinged cultists who believe I will grant them favors if they leave a big enough offering or play just the right musical notes. He doesn't care a fig for me. But he put up this shrine because he found the hand of an old witch I knew once. And Paolo saw right away that it pays to have an edge. Sometimes pieces of us linger long after we're gone. The Duke of Zirconos inherited a vibrant city and wasted no time stripping it to the bone. What will he leave behind? And what about you? Who will you leave to pick up the pieces here in the Jewel of the South?
That's it. The information was good. Time is an odd thing. I left Karnaca decades ago, excited about all the Dunwall might hold. I remember falling in love with Jessamine, watching her crowned as Empress, Emily's birth, the Rat Plague, then Jessamine's death and another coronation. Now all this, back in the city where I was born. Stilton's home hides a mystery, but I'll tear it apart brick by brick to learn the secret of Delilah's immortality, as long as it ends with her in chains. She might have pulled herself up from nothing, But I ran out of sympathy for tyrants and witches a long time ago. All I want is to put an end to Delilah's reign and make sure Emily is safe. One more time. Definitely odd. Something just shifted. This place is cursed, cracked. I can feel the void seeping in. Is that Stilton?
We'll be getting started soon. The Duke's beloved is coming back. Yo,
Stilton?
Warm the quilts, will you? I feel...
3 years ago, something inside Aramis Stilton snapped like a cheap lock. A part of him and a part of this house never left that evening. The Duke's inner circle are still gathered here, setting their grand plan into motion. Delilah's plan. And a part of Aramis Stilton is always here, still breaking. The Void is not exactly a place, and it's much older and stranger than you could ever know. It watches you from within. And at the heart of Stilton's house, the Void is leaking through a pinprick left behind by Delilah's little trick. Even magic is perverted here, and things don't work like they should. Take this. Imagine it's a kind of timepiece. Go and watch the Duke and Delilah. See for yourself what they did.
Like it's going to be cold tonight. Is there bad news from the mines? I can sense it. How many dead?
Go to sleep, Aramis Stilton. By the Void.
Guests are waiting in the study. The Duke is demanding refreshments, and I can't get in without the combination.
There's a note on the door, Captain Winterbottom.
What? He's out back. I need the code to the study.
It's in his notebook.
Thank you, Corporal. Speaking bluntly, I really don't like Stilton's guests. Earlier, I got my ass chewed out by the Royal Curator. What's her name?
You're talking about Brianna Ashworth, I believe.
Yes, that's her. She's an odd one. Anyway, keep up the good work.
Thank you, Captain.
Stilton had taste before lunacy took his mind. What will change in the present based on what I do here tonight?
Does Stilton actually play the harp or the piano?
Not that I ever heard.
Why hire a tuner for instruments no one ever plays?
Gently. It's silver. It's not going to break. I'm not worried about it breaking. You know why the basement's sealed off, right? Blood flies. Wait. Huh.
me.
There's an energy in the air near this place.
This shirt reeks. I gotta get a spare uniform.
The Grand Guard was protecting Stilton back then. This is to keep you from seeing whatever drove you into a nightmare tonight. What effect is knocking Stilton unconscious going to have on the present?
I'm sure it's nothing. Someone just heard a dog bark or something. Of course, now we're all on edge.
That notebook contains Stilton's combination.
Be on your way, now!
You have to understand.
I wonder how much time I have before Mr. Stilton returns home.
I know you shouldn't be. You've been...
Things seem to be the worst here. The two times are overlapping somehow.
It's time to begin. Where's Stilton? I should never have kept him on just because he and my father were close.
What we're about to attempt has never been done. It's beyond my understanding, and certainly beyond yours. If anyone has any doubts, set them aside now.
This defies rational understanding. It's the frayed edge where natural philosophy crosses over into something else.
Yes, I can feel it. We risk madness.
All of you, Delilah is your rightful empress. You owe her this.
Delilah's stronger than before. The Duke and I have heard her voice, whispering to us. And now it's time. So take your positions. Focus on the void behind the world. You can feel her power, can't you?
By the stars. This is more exciting than any orgy I've ever attended. Do it now!
Returned from the cold, from forever.
She lives.
How curious. It seems to have worked.
My spirit is safe now, inside this thing. Luca, you must lock it away.
I thought we'd lost you.
Brianna, Luca, I will never abandon you. Wait, you are hidden, but I know who you are. I know when you are. You've come to watch me return, and someday I'll come for you. Leave at once, or I'll call for help.
You working another excavation site?
Get out of my face. Go away. You've been
very edges of the void. But this one is special. It's the place where my throat was cut 4,000 years ago. This is where my life ended, and where it began again. It's where they made me.
This part of the void feels older.
Right up until the end, I thought I'd find a way to escape. I fought, but the rooms only cut my skin, so I went limp. And then the knife touched my throat, and I knew I'd waited too long. The blood ran out, and I became a god. Now you know Delilah's secret. At the end of her days, she drifted through the void and should have been lost forever. But her will and cunning are second to none. She found this place, the island in the void where I became what I am. It changed her, and she discovered a way to draw from it, tapping into the power here. Delilah is a part of me now, and I don't like it. You have to give Delilah credit. She tore out a piece of herself and hid it away, inside a thing made of bones. She's made herself immortal. If you want to kill Delilah, you're going to have to find her spirit and give it back to her. Reaching it won't be easy, but what comes after that might be the hardest thing you will ever have to do.
The world is full of secrets. All right, back to the skiff. Sokolov should be waiting.
If we get approval for the new ventilation shaft, it'll mark a real victory.
More than I can say for the Grand Guard.
Lucia Pastor, right? You deserve thanks for helping the people here.
Considering who you are, I don't know whether to feel honored that you recognize me, or to yell at you for propping up the Duke while he's shitting all over Serkonos.
And who do you think I am?
I'm not stupid. Whether the newspapers and the posters in the street are right or wrong, I know who you are. And I hope you're here to end Luca Abella's tyranny. Either way, we haven't been sitting around waiting for you to clean up your mess.
Sounds like you have a plan.
No, nothing that solid. Not yet. But I believe the Duke will fall, eventually. All I can say is that when you reach the Grand Palace, just be aware that not everyone there is your enemy. Trust your judgment.
All right. I'll remember that.
Anyway, good luck. There's still a chance to make something new here in Karnaca. Something that serves everyone, not just some rapacious bastard with a title.
Stilton agreed to a meeting with the woman heading up the family committee. What's her name again?
Lucia Pastor. She's supposed to talk to Stilton.
Maybe no one will even notice, but things have changed here for the better.
What's coming to him, Megan. Leaders rise and fall. Even the greatest problems are resolved.
You're back. That was quick. Sorry I couldn't take you to see Stilton myself. But I guess you found the place.
Are you ready to leave? The dust is wreaking havoc on my throat.
Yes. I found a way to get around Paolo and Byrne, and I've been to Stilton's house. Let's go. Duke Luca Abel tore down the original palace in Karnaca, where his father once pinned a medal to my chest. Over the ruins, the Duke built a structure that cost enough to feed everyone in Serkonos for years. A sprawling estate to humble all others, a monument to his ego. I owe it to the people of my homeland to make this right. In Dunwall, we were content to look the other way as long as the silver kept flowing. I've got to get inside the Grand Palace, deal with the Duke, and find a way to steal Delilah's soul.
Can you feel it? This is my last night. Soon, I'll dissolve into the great nothing.
You deserve peace, my love.
I've stayed too long. Find Delilah's spirit. Trap her with this cage of dead flesh. Set me free.
I don't understand.
You will, very soon.
Long for someone to go after the Duke. Another aristocratic boss, living in a palace.
I guess Duke Abel felt all right tearing down the old palace. I have fond memories of that place.
But his father and I were close.
Now that things have changed, Stilton might be able to make a difference after the Duke falls.
Consequences. He could always count on the plan. Respect for the people of Serkonos. Fear of the executioner's block has been a fine motivator for many a ruler.
Are you ready for this?
I've broken into palaces before. They're made to keep out armies. Stopping a single man who's dedicated to his cause, that's another story altogether.
Getting inside might not be the hard part. The Duke doesn't exactly run a tight ship.
Taking down Duke Abel is only part of the puzzle. You've also got to find whatever it is he's keeping for Delilah.
You were cryptic about what you gleaned from visiting the Dust District, which is fine. The world is better with a hint of mystery. But once you're inside the Grand Palace, whatever you do could affect things in Karnaca for years to come. Remember that.
I've got a map of the Grand Palace for you, and I know something that may be useful. There's a hidden lever in the pantry that opens a passage to the Duke's vault. If he's keeping anything precious for Delilah, I suspect that's where it'll be. Beyond that, good hunting.
I'll see what I can do. I know things in Karnaca are fragile. Emily and I have a lot to think about after all this is done.
It's not widely known, but the Duke has a body double. The man is the spitting image of Luca.
Should we head toward the palace?
We should head out.
At the palace, the Duke has a look-alike body double, meant to confuse assassins. A friend of mine washes the linens and said the double is a smoker, if that helps. Maybe you can talk to him. She says he's a nice guy. What a shitty job, pretending to be a tyrant like Duke Luca Abel.
Why don't they just overthrow him?
He's got an army, control of the mines, and he's had your support from the capital. At the Duke's parties, people carve up the country while eating boiled crab.
There were parties like that in Dunwall. Toadies sucking up to Emily made me want to be back on the streets in Serkonos.
You're forgetting what that's like. I watched those party lights from the roof of the abandoned butcher shop where I slept, in the flooded district.
I know you struggled. After years in court, I'm a nobody again. But what I've seen here will stay with me when I return to Dunwall Tower. Being in Karnaca again has given me perspective.
Good. After you've eliminated the Duke, find what he's holding for Delilah and take it. When you're finished, I'll pick you up in the skiff.
Stuff comes in. It's got to get where it's going. That's why they call it the black market. Can't just sit here. The Grand Guard catches on to us, or maybe rightful owners coming to pick it up.
What's the delay getting it to the shop? Betting you're afraid we'll get caught.
Someone looks armed and dangerous. It's not funny. Help me if you... You're a good one. You know, there's a place near here, in some rocks behind a fountain. People have always left offerings there. That's where I started having those odd dreams. I don't go there anymore, but you might want to check it out. See you sometime.
Stone's throw from the Grand... be surrounded by us.
Damn it. I need peace. Damn it.
So you say the boat's moored in the bay and they haven't paid any taxes.
Exactly.
of your homeland. A bigger, better palace than the one you sailed away from so long ago. Feeling nostalgic? Will you ever be comfortable in Dunwall again? Assuming you make it back? You've seen the suffering here, the decay, but, dear Corvo, would you even have lifted a finger if the Duke hadn't put Emily in harm's way? Be honest now. In any case, I know what you're after. The heart you carry can only hold one spirit at a time. So, if you want to walk out with a piece of Delilah, you better be ready to leave something behind.
Hey, open up. I cut the code, but it's back on the boat.
No exceptions. Either you have the code, or I assume something's off. My boss's orders.
Damn, open this door.
You know I won't do this. You're wasting.
Daddy what he wants.
No outsiders quick
Yes.
talk.
There is no such permit, captains.
People here see you sometime.
I tried living up in Driscoll for a while. Too damn cold. Shitty food.
Let's see what this says.
This whole setup is a huge pain in the ass. Timing windows that ignore the tides, fake boat manifests, and private door codes. Might be easier just to play it straight. Pick up and deliver goods. Anyway, so I don't forget it, the code for the black market shop is Sir Conan wine is better than Tivian prisons. Idiots.
People here aren't as keen on charity now that times are hard. See you sometime. We're getting somewhere.
No, you bastard!
You're not from around here, are you?
So Conan wine is better than Tivian prisons.
And better Crystolian clap than Morellian gout. All right.
eyes are burning. Just once, I'd like to see her.
it. Nobody's pestering us with forms and procedures anymore. We collect the fees we want, and give out the beatings when they're needed.
Just don't want my kids growing up here. It's too dangerous.
Reapply.
Delilah. Her soul is familiar to me.
The palace. Maybe I can find another way to neutralize the Duke.
How do you know?
Do you know who's assigned to protect the Duke's quarters tonight?
Nope. As long as it's not me, I don't care. It's never any fun.
I'm not sure who's worse, the Duke or his body double. One's half likely to have you flogged for looking at him wrong. The other might just bore you to death.
Watch my own back.
Anyone here? Show. No.
Hey, you! Come
Something's
here!
going on.
All right, Chopper!
Wasteful expense, wanton flesh.
Offer to bow or kiss my hand.
I'm not that kind of visitor.
A mystery. Let's have it then. Who are you and what do you want?
You're the Duke's double, aren't you? I'm here to take him down, but I might need your help. Do you want to listen to what I have to say?
All right, you've figured it out. But if you're not here to assassinate the Duke, what do you want?
I have no doubt that you'd be a more agreeable Duke than Luca Abel. If I wanted to depose him without having to cut out his heart, could you convince people that you're the Duke?
That's bold, I have to admit it's crossed my mind. If people believed that I was actually Duke Abel, and that he was the political decoy, we could have him committed for lunacy. We could convince everyone that the Double's finally lost his mind and believes he's the Duke. I spent years perfecting my performance. But there's a catch. He's got a medallion that I need. Even if I sound convincing, which should be the easy part, his Grand Guard officers will ask to see the medallion as proof. Luca never puts it aside.
All right. It shouldn't take me long. Once it's done, I'll be leaving the city. Soon after, I'll send instructions from Dunwall, and I'll expect a great deal of flexibility and cooperation on your part. There's still time to pull Serkonos back from the edge of the cliff. We can undo the damage Duke Abel has inflicted.
I'd like that. But I'll guide Serkonos in the ways I see fit for the people here, not as the hand-chosen puppet of your empire. If you agree with that, just render the Duke unconscious and bring him to his chambers. I'll handle the rest.
I don't even like to hear them talk. They're called lower class for a reason. Low, lower, lowest. Oh, the smell.
I am tired of all this hullabaloo. I pay good money to make sure things like...
or the tibia attacker. My generals will handle it.
Someone broke in.
I bet this opens the Duke's vault.
That's it then. Now it's up to me. I'll take the medallion and call them.
I'll be watching. Break a leg.
Don't worry. I've spent years mimicking this asshole. Captain Almeida, come at once to my chambers. There's a problem. Quick, hide up there. Yes, Captain. Please arrest this clown. Seems that he took his role a little too seriously. Get your hands off me! Poor man. He served me well for years. We'll never find anyone else who so bears my resemblance. Take him away, Captain, but be gentle.
I think I understand, Your Eminence. We'll handle it.
What? This is outrageous. I'll have you all skinned alive and set in a salt bath. If only there was something we could do for him. I suppose all those years pretending he was me, that eventually took its toll. No! Stop! I am the Duke of Serkonos! You can't do this!
Dr. Hypatia at Adamire will know what to do with the poor man.
It's not in a circle as Duke's pet. Rex fiddles.
Delilah Copperspoon. Soft life is over, decoy. People of Karnaca, this is Corvo Atano, Royal Protector for your rightful ruler, Empress Emily Caldwin. I'm here in the city of my birth to set things right with the Duke of Serkonos, Luca Abel, who has of late been deceived by the pretender to the imperial throne, Delilah Copperspoon. Duke Abel and I are old friends, and in his heart he is a loyal ally and servant to the Empire. I'm Serkonan, and your blood flows through my veins. I will leave you and return to Dunwall, but know this. We have parleyed, and the Duke now understands the crisis in full. My hope is to restore your true Empress to the throne with haste. I bid you farewell, and ask you to maintain your faith and loyalty to the Empire.
They expect to be paid, that's for certain.
Of course, the Duke kept some of the clockwork soldiers for himself. Let's see what Duke of Bell keeps hidden away in here.
Make a note. Remove this playback after the final field test.
Why would the Duke keep this old thing? The Duke's vault. Delilah Copperspoon.
This is it. You must release me from this dead vessel. Only then will you be able to track Delilah's spirit.
Jessamine, your spirit comforts me. How can I let you go?
I've given you all I can, my love. Tried to guide you. Now our daughter will lead you.
Be at peace, my dear Empress. Star of my sky.
Your eyes, your hands, your heart. With my last thought.
Then it's done. Now it's time to return to Miles.
What is this?
part of my half-sister. Only her flesh remains.
I wonder if it was even really alive.
Jasmine is gone at last, faded into nothing. The reward is peace. You will never gain back what you lost here. She gave you her heart.
That should do it.
To the void. I inhabit two impossible places at once. A prison of dead flesh, after a prison of bones. You will take me back and die at my hands.
So, is that it? The fall of Karnaca?
The Duke's had a change of heart. Things are shifting.
Back to the dreadful whale, then, and on toward Dunwall.
It looks that way. To find a way to help Emily, and to give her back the throne.
Ready, then?
I'm ready if you are.
All right. As you want.
This is how the worst day of my life began. A masked man closing in on Dunwall Tower. Now it's happening again. Another Empress falls, another story ends. Last time it almost ruined the Empire. Will I do any better? Delilah outfoxed me and I never saw it coming. But I was Corvo before I was the Royal Protector. Before I owned a sword, I fought with sticks and broken glass, whatever came to hand. I don't know what grand scheme you've got underway, Delilah, but I'll give all I've got to stop you.
Admit, this campaign has been conducted with far more mystery.
I killed the Duke's brother so long ago. Would any of this have happened? Hey, there you are.
Megan.
People have called me that for a long time, but it's a lie. My name is Billy Lurk.
I remember seeing that written down somewhere a long time ago.
Yeah. I can't believe I'm telling you this, but you deserve the truth. I'll just say it. 15 years ago, I ran with a mercenary gang. We got paid to kill people. Some who deserved it, some who didn't. The boss pulled me up from the Dunwall slums when I had nothing and had run out of rope. This is hard to admit.
I want to hear you say it.
Our leader was the assassin Dowd, and I was part of the crew. Our last big job together, We were paid to.
You helped Dowd kill Jessamine.
Yes. I don't know what else to say. I've lived a very long time wishing I could take that day back, but I can't.
I can't ever forgive you for what you did, but suffering has a way of twisting people. You're a different woman today than you were then.
Yeah. We've all been hurt. And not all of us did what I did. Or became what Delilah became. I know you'll never get over it. But neither will I.
No, I don't think you will. Goodbye, Billy. I'm taking the skiff and I'll go alone from here.
No one will ever know exactly what it took to save Emily Caldwin from a living death as Delilah's puppet. No one except the outsider, who watches everything and thinks his own dark thoughts and speaks to few in any generation. I've learned that our choices always matter. To someone. Somewhere. And sooner or later, in ways we can't always fathom, the consequences come back to us. I came from Serkonos to Dunwall as a boy. Made my living as a killer. One of the few who've heard the outsider's voice. I murdered an empress, but saved her daughter, who will one day rule the Empire. Those were my choices. I'm ready for what comes.
You know where to go to find Delilah, but how will you handle her? It's my hope that you have some sort of plan.
It could be tricky. She might not give me any choice but to fight, and Delilah deserves whatever she gets.
At my age, I've come to distrust words like deserve. As I told you, I knew her long ago. Badly wounded, deep at her center, but cunning, and looking for a way to pull herself up. Perhaps more than anything, Delilah had a talent for imagining the world as a better place. If only that could have been channeled towards something less twisted.
Too late for regrets.
Yes, you're right. In any case, please watch yourself. I've come to care a great deal about you.
Goodbye, Anton.
Still aboard this creaking thing that Megan calls a boat. Anton Sokolov, once the designer of mighty ships, thrown against the malevolent ocean and large enough to heave the great Leviathans aboard, thrashing and spilling their life's blood across the decks. Majestic ships, swift with luxurious cabins, fit for an empress. Where are those vessels now? They're far too important to carry an old man like me. I've been abandoned by my own creation. But maybe...
I can't deny it. Traveling with you has changed me.
If old Samuel could see me now.
Dunwall Tower. Bring me back to the cage in my own chest.
Oh, I will. Delilah will be made mortal again.
You let Emily's mother slip into oblivion. Do you know where my mother's resting? In a child's coffin, her skinny legs tucked beneath her, because I couldn't afford proper burial, while my father rests in the Imperial crypt.
You're lying.
You still can't accept it. You were sent to Dunwall as a gift, like a box of candies, because that's all you were worth. I inhabit your lover's heart, and my body sleeps in your bastard daughter's bed.
If I learned anything in Karnaca, it's that birth shouldn't give anyone the right to rule. You earn it every day by serving the people who need you. Now I'm coming to end your tyranny, Delilah.
All the shops in the district shuttered.
With the new Empress and her crew taking over. Ah, you want blueprints for better weaponry. I take a risk just having the goods delivered here.
Glad we could do business. My door's always open.
Thank do I. At least I have a job, which is more than you can say.
Lord Protector, you're alive!
I went back home to Serkonos to strike against those supporting Delilah, the architects of the coup against Emily.
And were you successful? Things are a mess here.
I know how to beat Delilah now. I'm going to topple to help my daughter retake her throne.
That's the best news. You'll have my support. Need, just ask.
Once it's safe, just tell the public what happened. If I come out on top, I'll invite you to Dunwall Tower to conduct an interview.
Good luck at Dunwall Tower.
South Bank. Maybe better over there. I've heard some of Delilah's lot is set up on Caldwin's Bridge. No one can cross. The only good thing about... Hello? Please.
knew this wouldn't work. Nothing.
Green-eyed bastard should have been here an hour ago. He has no magic. I could put a spike through his heart.
Welcome home, Lord Protector. Delilah's waiting for you. She's been sleeping badly for the last couple of weeks, because that piece of her you're carrying around has been calling out, begging her to take it back. She feels the same craving, but she'll fight to the death to stop you from putting her spirit back where it belongs. You were careful in Karnaca. Let's see how that serves you in the tower, where you and Jessamine fell in love. Delilah's got the throne and your daughter. But now she's got a secret as well.
That's a shame.
sip and 8 hands blend. Make the pigments block the wind. Fingers stained blue and lush. Conjure rainbows for her brush.
Ancient mud and stink.
Oh, yes.
Says Delilah's up in the throne room. But a few days ago, she was spending all her time in that bleak little overseer shadow. What's afoot? What's she working on?
She probably found it funny, using the choke.
If Delilah's in the throne room, I can use the elevator to reach her. That should help. Why is there a tree in the middle of the chapel? Delilah's new painting sounds dangerous, but I might be able to sabotage it. With more corrupt runes, maybe I could turn Delilah's painting against her.
Pure and corrupted. I was able to transpose the chapel made of paint with the one made of stone. With more runes, I should be able to do the same to all the Empire. This will be my greatest undertaking. Transposing my painting. The world as it should be. With this wretched dung heap we're all born into. At last, all will be made.
hell?
With the power on, I can take the elevator to the throne room.
You will take me back and die at my hands. I conquered an empire like closer, closer. Oh, so long ago, we ran across the rooftops, made campfires in the graveyard, slept through the day.
My spirit returns.
To the canvas, and I will show you my vision.
What has Delilah done to the throne? So she'd replace all the world with this. If I put Delilah on the throne, the painting should trap her in her own fantasy world. your own, Delilah, so have it.
What I've always deserved. My justice. Now what's always been marred and distorted will be perfect. I've waited so long. Sing my songs and lick my flesh. Worship me.
Take it easy. I'll explain everything.
With the fall of Luca Abel, the Duke's line ended, and there was only one man suited for the Grand Palace. Rising up from nothing, he had served the Empire with distinction. Duke Corvo Attano, the first of his line. In Dunwall, without ever realizing it, Delilah passed into an imagined world where her father's promises were fulfilled and her subjects would love her forever as she sailed the ocean with a great fleet and trekked across the Pendician wastes. While in the true capital, Emily the Just, Emily the Clever, ruled for decades over a prosperous mended empire with Corvo Attano's support from the south. In his day, Anton Sokolov fired the engines of industry, hurtling the Empire into a more sophisticated age. He dallied with nobles, wayward artists, and great inventors alike, drinking in all that life could offer. Leaving Dunwall for the last time, he headed to the cold north, contented at last, on a final voyage to take him home. There are things that never change, no matter how hard you try. Questions you must answer. As Megan Foster faded from the world, Billy Lurk stepped from her shadow, setting out to discover her truest self, and seeking the closest thing she'd ever known to family.
On the sands of sweet Serkonos.